Hello, everybody. Welcome on into the Point Park Esports broadcast. My name is Arcast, here with Kago.
Hello.
Don't you have a username that we're going with, or no? So just Kago.
We got Underdog 2.V.
Okay. So there we go. We got the crew here. We got the players out there. You already saw it. And now, hopefully, we can have the Rocket League gods with us as well. It'd be nice to see a nice little win today. I believe they won their last week off stream. I'm not entirely sure.
They did.
But they are still fighting for those playoff spots, obviously trying to get the best record that they can. And so it'd be nice for them to grab a W today. Thoughts? I mean, obviously they're trying to win, but you got anything you're looking forward to specifically?
Well, I mean, currently they're at a 1-1, 1 loss, 1 win. First loss was unfortunate, however, they were very close. This upcoming game that we're going to be seeing here, I hope they'll be able to show us some sick communication and really be able to show us that they've really practiced together and completely just been able to just get better at playing with each other, you know? So excited for that.
Yeah, that's what it comes down to. It does feel like they are in a spot where they need to grow to reach their full potential. Obviously, right, we saw them win last year. That was really, really nice. They lost to the team that, you know, they kind of have a rivalry with, if you want to talk about it that way. But now it kind of goes into, okay, we know what the other teams are capable of, but we need to be comfortable with what we are as well. And so if we make that, you know, kind of just work in whatever was possible, whether it's practice, it's just the cars showing up on the field today. I mean, this Point Park team could really be something. I hate to flex, but you can't let Valorant be the only undefeated team right now.
That's good.
You gotta get a close second coming up through.
Yeah, honestly, I've been watching a lot of the gameplay that they've been doing. Still, again, not really the most knowledgeable about Rocket League. However, I do watch them do scrims occasionally, and I really do see that they've been working on really their communication abilities and being able to really play off of each other. And I think that is the biggest thing. Obviously, this is kind of like a soccer-esque game. So the biggest thing is to be able to just pass that ball to whoever that really needs that at the moment, and being able to just really know your awareness. So
yeah,
I'm really excited to see what they've practiced here, and I'm really excited to see, because I'm not really sure much about Mary Washington. Do you know much about them?
Yeah, not really. I mean, I know I think they won their past matchup in the previous week. But of course, we don't really have the footage on them, or I guess I didn't do my homework on them by going to watch the VOD. My bad. But you know, there's only so much time in the day. And when you've got Point Park Esports, all 4 games, all 4 teams, it's like, okay, we got some content here to watch through.
There is a lot to watch. Genuinely, the last couple casts I've been doing, I just, like, after it, I can't help but just sit and watch through them all. So I am the one that does watch it. You should get up on that, though. Watch your VODs.
I have been watching my VODs, at least. We watched last week OTC when they played Point Park Gold Valorant.
Okay.
They had their own stream, so we kind of went back and saw their POVs as well and how their reaction was. And I'm not gonna lie, I got completely dumpstered that game. Somehow I came out positive. Things were a-okay, and we won the game at the end of the day. So I'm not gonna complain there. But Point Park, they need to win today. Rocket League, a whole different section of life. You know, you've got the great things in Valorant, and then you've got Rocket League, and that's pretty cool too, I guess. But yeah,
I'm starting to see a little bit of bias here.
What you're talking about? This Point Park team, I mean, we wish them the best of luck, obviously, as well, too, Mary Washington, but there's only so much we can say beforehand. We only have to let the players do the talking while they are on the pitch.
So, do you want to guess if I'm taller than Ari right now? Definitely sitting on a chair only for the purpose of looking shorter compared to Ari. Yeah, I get tended to match up with people who are taller than me. So let me just get off of this chair real quick.
It looks kind of about the same.
It really does. Okay, so I guess I'll just sit in this chair. You don't get one.
Oh, okay. You know what? I'm going to just make my own chair. It's fine.
Wow, look at that. Now we're even up.
Yeah. And then, yeah, the reason we're stalling, by the way, guys, is that we were having some technical difficulties in the back end. The internet was kind of cutting out on the Observer PC. But all should be good relatively shortly. I see some cars moving in our monitor, which means we should be able to get underway. The observer kind of whack right now, but that's okay. We can still see the game, and I guess that's what matters. Point Park, well, best of luck to you guys, but they're going to be starting on the orange side, and well, let's see how this one starts to play out. Spam with a nice shot on forward, but again, Spam, indeed, you may be able to, but as for the goals, maybe going to come secondary.
I've never actually seen this map before. This is a very interesting look. It's like an actual like soccer field.
I believe this is DFH Stadium. I could be completely wrong in line, but it looks like one of the normal maps, so that's what I'm going to go with.
All right. Yeah, unfortunately, the little graphics here are a little bit off, but hopefully between the games we'll be able to fix that up a little bit. But for now, we got some games to play and talk about. Let's see here.
I mean, again, game one is feeler game, right?
Yep.
Not too much is going to happen right out of the gate unless one team is either slow to start or maybe has a lack of a continuity, if you will, in that defense. And Point Park maybe slipping up for a moment. Mary Washington will find a nice angle there, snoozing just a little bit too low and to the right. Will allow for the shot to go on in, and that's a first goal in the first minute. But of course, you know, this is game one, so we don't want to talk all doom and gloom yet. Just a time to kind of wake up and get yourself started on the series. Yeah,
that is indeed true. We got a nice little hit there by Caleb. Maybe they'll be able to get some control over that. Seems like Spam might be contesting that a little. Ooh, it did miss there. Good control here.
I wish that pass was a little bit better. Snoozing, you saw the vision.
Right?
The
vision
with maybe
was there.
A bounce off the backboard, just a center cut pass, but instead it's just not there. And I think that's something that we want to talk about Point Park as these weeks go by, is they are really good at communicating and flowing. You know, once one person does their thing, they rotate away and they go on back and come that third man. But I want to see them go for that initial pass before the shot comes, because otherwise you're just tossing it on a defender with the net. And as much as that's, you know, cool that you're getting shots off, you want to be able to make sure that there's no defender in the net in order for you to score, right? The empty nets aren't always going to be easy, but if you can create those opportunities for yourself, it really will make this game a lot easier for you.
Really sending it over there. Oh, getting into some airtime here. Spam taking it over again. Oh, send it back and forth here.
I mean, Caleb's at least got this ball in midfield, but again, you know, goes for the flick, doesn't quite get it, a 50. And Spam does not get bumped, which means Safe is actually going to have the ball pop over his head, luckily a bit off target. And now setting up the teammate, it is there. Luckily for Caleb, that can be a defensive save. And again, I mean, Point Park just a little bit slow out the gate. They do want to get that offense going, but again, I feel like they have their most security once they are feeling good about their defense. Then you see them start to kind of go flourish on that offensive side.
Once they finally start feeling comfortable being more defensive, they'll be able to be more flexible and start making bigger plays, I guess, in a way. Right now, though, we do see a little bit more like struggling to really keep that defense, I would say. Though, again, it's just starting off, so maybe we'll be seeing some change here. Still playing pretty hard on that left, on the Point Park's end here.
Well, I'll give you a new vocabulary word for the game of Rocket League. What is it called when a team will be in their defensive half and then they get a nice little clear and they want to take it all the way down over to that offensive side? So from defense to offense, what is the word that we use in Rocket League? It starts with a T. I'll give you a hint. It's tough.
Maybe like transfer?
Pretty dang close. Yeah, you just made me forget the word. I'm not gonna but a transition.
Transition, I see, okay.
Yeah, and obviously when you transition from that defense to the offense, you want to have a good upper hand or wheel or foot, whatever you want to call it. And so what does that mean? It means when you are kind of saving the ball, that you have maybe one of those defenders out of position. You're choosing the right moments. Or you decide, hey, let's slow down for a moment, let them get reset so they can make a mistake by overthinking and maybe pushing up a bit too far. So there are transitions as well, something that Point Park, I think, needs to work on as well. But, you know, we're just giving them tips. They know they need to improve on these things. They talk about it every single time at practice, but now it's just about doing it when they actually get the chance. And, I mean, that's a nice clear that should provide it. Maybe a bit of transition at goodness, but again, a demo coming on through. The reset's not quite there, so they're going to need an extra moment here to make this one work.
Time is getting fairly close there. Still with Mary Washington up in the lead there, 30 seconds on the clock. We'll see if Point Park will be able to at least turn this into an overtime game. Troll is not... Ooh.
Ooh, maybe. Snoozing. Nice little clear on down. Where's the defender? Yeah, Spam just rotating on through. Wish somebody would have been able to cut that down, but now Snoozing once more, looking for a touch first, and now needs a shot on net. Safe, just going to get beat to the ball. Caleb's going to have to be the savior here. They're even bumped. And so this one a bit wishy-washy towards the corner. Somebody needs to wake on up and get the shot off, and it will not happen. The rotate's good for MWU, and that'll mean the first game is over 1-0.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate scenario there, having that first point go to Mary Washington. It seems like just that initial point, they were playing really well at defending it off, but just after that initial point, they weren't able to just tie it up and be able to at least go somewhere with it. Hopefully this next game, they'll be able to just hold a little bit more strong in the initial start of it, and at least maybe get a point this time. But again, the first out of many.
Yeah, I'm just kind of, thinking about how we're casting it, and we kind of have a little bit of playful banter back and forth, and we kind of get back into the play-by-play action of things when we see like plays developing, things like that. And you kind of noticed, right? We were kind of having a bit more banter that game than we normally do. Right. And I'm thinking that's just because we're not seeing these plays develop as quickly as we need to. It is very much a ping-pong kind of tennis game of that possession. And one of these teams needs to take control of that and then actually do something with it.
Exactly.
I think that just means slowing it down. I mean,
yeah, that felt like really quick. There wasn't really like plays going on. It was just kind of back and forth of that ball.
Oh, the ball's in front of me. Maybe
I'll do something with it. Yeah, I see that. I see where that's going. It seems that way.
Hopefully we can see things change, though, into the second game here. And, well, the overlay is kind of getting there. We're almost there. Changes every game, but it's okay. This one, we get to see two scoreboards and timers. And, well, maybe that spells a little bit more luck for Point Park.
Yeah. Technically, if you look at it, like with a squinty eyes, you might be able to see like 9 minutes on the clock.
Right?
Yeah, like just about that. And that's 9 minutes to be able to get a play there,
Well, they better play like there's only 4.5 minutes. They're going to be in for a rude awakening if they don't. And
that was a miss on that block there, unfortunately. Therefore, Spam was able to get into the goal, apologies.
Ooh, yeah, Caleb with a whiff there. Safe kind of playing for the miss, but the ball just kind of died. It just floated on down, and that spelled disaster for Point Park. They cannot find a way back into this game, or I should say into this game, not even back. They haven't even woken up on that offense yet to prove that they have what it takes to take a game down. Right now, it's just kind of getting pushed aside when Mary Washington find the opportunity to.
Yeah, big thing here is, again, like Mary Washington getting that initial point so quickly. Now it's a kind of a fight to see whether or not Point Park is able to actually get that point to at least compete against Mary Washington right now. I'm going to see some play here. Hopefully they'll be able to start using this, using control of the ball to be able to get something going.
Yeah, you can see them kind of each getting one singular touch, Point Park that is, and they don't quite follow up on their touch, and that's what happens when you only have so many players around. Because if you don't follow your touch, you don't have anything to do with your extra spacing, and now you have Caleb essentially in a 1 versus 2. They're kind of stuck around, and Mary Washington, well, they will gladly take that one, making their lead double what it was with 3:30 still left on the clock.
Spam paused the game. Interesting. While this pause is going on, I want to like notice something. Last game, we were doing very well at this defensive role where Safe and Snoozy, is that what it is? Snoozin, apologies. We called him Star because it was kind of Caster. So Snoozin and Safe were playing really well at just protecting their goals. So it's interesting to see this time. It seems to be kind of Safe's no longer playing that goalie anymore, and Caleb's having to take over. And Caleb, unfortunately, I guess, not being as well focused on
just
that.
Unfamiliar.
Yeah.
You want them, everyone, obviously, to be in their own kind of comfortable space, making sure they're on a nice role in the team. And for whatever reason, I mean, there are rotations. So, in theory, you can have a goalie, but everyone's going to have to play it.
Yeah.
And so I think it comes down to well, Point Park can't get into the right rotation that they want to. Instead of maybe Caleb going down first, it's Caleb in the third man spot, and he's a little unfamiliar with that. Just whatever it is, they're not quite going in the right order because of, you know, whoever's finding the clear or wherever those rotations are going. And so it is kind of just being like, well, what's going on, guys? So, I mean, we can do all this speculation, but again, like, we can only say so much. It's kind of just like us waiting for the right time for Point Park to finally wake up. And then when we see that happen, I guarantee you, this is not a prediction, I guarantee you that Point Park will at least come back with a sling of goals. Because once they find what works, it should be an easy way to kind of solve this defense on the side of Mary Washington. Of course, there might be adaptations there, but, you know, that's a story for another day.
Right. I'm thinking right now it's just a really big, just fighting against Mary Washington's offense here. It's something that they're not used to, I imagine. They're going to have to get used to that first, and then once they finally do, they'll be able to push back, I imagine.
I'm just looking at the, you know, Mary Washington University. So, right, MWU. Couldn't we can't we just call them MUU? Right, because W and U? MUU?
MUU. Maybe. Maybe.
Am I cooking or am I burning?
But I think they're actually called University of Mary Washington. It's just we're switching this around.
Yeah.
So we could just call them Mary.
Or Washington.
Or Washington.
Either way, historical figures, if you want to talk about it that way. University. Ah, yes, my good buddy University.
Would you marry Washington?
Would I marry Washington?
Yeah.
Anyway, back the tech pause, I believe, going to be finishing up here, so we should be able to get back into this game. Of course, I believe players resetting to the kickoff and or resetting the lobby from what I'm gathering, and that appears to be the thing. So yeah, we're going to jump to a reset of the lobby. Of course, we'll still be with you, but they are just going to take an extra second to make sure things are a-okay, right? That's why we're having those internet issues, because sometimes the servers just don't want to have super much fun with us, and they say, you know what, maybe this server is better for Point Park. Hey, I didn't say it. Yes, I did.
Maybe that's the thing. It's the ping. It's the ping. Lag kills.
Yep, lag does
kills.
kill.
Oh my goodness.
On land, they win that.
Oh, that is true.
Yep.
On land, they would win that. I've seen it with my eyes.
Yeah, I mean, it is really nice to have this kind of land facility.
Oh,
if we're talking about it and just being like, hey, you can literally look to your teammates in person and say, hey guys, that was a nice shot. Like a good compliment to them really go a long way, as opposed to just like, hey man, that was nice. You know, like you get to actually say it to them in person, and it really does increase the vibes, the results from practice, and really to have the subs as well being there while still not in the game. I mean, it really does have a bigger effect for them as well, I feel like.
Yeah, honestly, like I'm so used to playing like online through just Discord or whatever, and I do just give those like momentary celebrations to my teammates, and it's just like it means well. However, like that last night when I was playing with D on Valorant, it was genuinely so much more, like the vibe was so fun, because like whenever D would do something great, because D did do that 16-0, and then
hashtag D done that.
D did that, but just it was felt so much better being looking straight at D and going, what the heck was that? You where did that come from? Oh, it's just like I think that being able to just like talk to person in front of you in person is such a great feeling.
Of course, D we're referring to is the Point Park Green Valorant D, and they are doing our producing today. So big shout out to them. They're also kind of running around the room right now trying to get that server fixed up for us. Shout out to them. They deserve their coffee or two, but
yeah.
Here we are, you know, just kind of chilling on out. So let me ask, what are you looking forward to in, maybe not, you know, today, obviously we'll talk about today, but like the next weeks of Point Park Esports? Do you have anything that you're super excited for? Maybe it's a specific media day, or what's something that you want to see kind of cooking up?
What I am most interested in is, okay, let me start off low, then we'll build up. Unfortunately, as much I hate to say it, I'm sorry. League of Legends is probably on the bottom of that tier list. Not necessarily because I don't like watching it or anything. It's just I find the most difficulty sitting there and casting for something I'm very, very not knowledgeable about.
It's somebody's cup of tea, and we applaud you for it. I mean, my name is Ari. It's literally a character from League of Legends. But to each their own. Yeah, did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah, it was that. I didn't choose it that way. It just kind of happened, and I was like, oh, well, I guess I'm my nine-tailed fox lady.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh. Okay.
Anyway, next.
Well, but yeah, it's probably on the lowest tier. However, next week there will also be another Rocket League game, and I will be interested in seeing that. However, I can't really determine how I feel about that one until we finish this one.
Right.
And I'm hoping this one will be a win, so it'll be like a possible triple win in a row to next week, but not sure yet. Hopefully, we'll be able to bring back what's going on right now and really prove that we're still good. I mean, from last year, right?
Honestly, yeah, that is a valid point to need to make for ourselves. Is we are still good. It's a bit of a roster swap up. It's not the same 3 players, so yeah, we do need to get that kind of establishment of dominance back, and it's not there.
Exactly. And lo and behold, we got Valorant on top.
That warms my heart.
Not because of you.
That chills my heart.
But Valorant is on top because if you were watching the last stream, it was a beautiful game of Green doing absolutely wonderfully, dominating the competition. 13-0 and 13-4, with Colin doing about 33, breaking 33. Kills, and D, who's producing right now, with 16 kills and 0 deaths.
0 deaths.
That is absolutely wonderful.
Okay.
Like, there is no words to be able to describe that. And then Gold Team really bringing it up, being able to completely just from down all the way up, just being able to get that to work against the dreaded Poon Poon.
Yeah, we were definitely playing raid boss there, I'm not gonna lie.
It was definitely a raid boss battle. It was wonderful to see like that kind of competition between the two, between that Titan and the entire Gold Team. But eventually, seeing you guys winning that kind of team composition, it's going to be wonderful to see this upcoming Valorant game, to see whether or not that was going to be the most difficult challenge, or if that was just the start of something greater.
I believe there is still one team that is undefeated in our group, so along with us. So
FIU, like Florida?
I think FIU GC, I think is the one that's left.
So.
Which, by the way, we played them last year.
Oh.
Last year? Yeah, last year. We did end up losing to them.
Oh.
I believe that was in the final week of regulation, and we're doing it the same time here, so kind of funny storylines.
Okay.
But also, I just ran into one of their players in a tournament that I just played.
Oh.
And they sent me to the hospital. I'm not gonna lie. There was a clip that was posted on X or Twitter, me getting the absolute flippity doodah shot out of me, flick. It was nuts. Luckily, they're on the main roster as opposed to the GC roster, so we get to kind of have a break from that, but still, yeah. I mean, tough competition all around for all of these leagues. And, as well, I mean, I think we have some content kind of brewing up, right? Just the regular VODs being posted as well.
Yep.
I know I want to get started on those daily recaps, although I don't really have the time to do it. Hopefully somebody is doing it. And then as well, I mean, I'm going to start trying to do, for myself, at least on my personal channel, I'm going to try and take a VOD and kind of just do a little meme post, if you will, of the fun, like, kind of moments that we had
little
through.
Silly moments. I would like that, yeah.
So hopefully we can get that one going, as well as this game, because you heard enough yappage, and now we get more yappage with Point Park actually being able to play the game for us. And I think, if my eyes don't deceive me, I think they're up 2-1.
Oh! Point Park University maybe pulling it up somewhere?
Maybe.
Oh,
I mean,
we might be seeing something interesting happening here.
Oh, never mind.
Oh.
Well, it's 2-2.
Well, hopefully when we are finally able to see what's going on, or at least, well, we technically can see not very much of it. However, when you all are able to see what we're seeing right now, you'll be able to also communicate with us, I guess, through the chat, saying, wow, that is crazy. 2-2 now.
What do you think?
Maybe. Not sure.
They might be like setting it up to like. I don't. You know how like sometimes the games will pause, and then you will kind of go back, replay the game, and then just let the clock run out to a certain time, and then you score the goals to make sure that it's tied when you're resetting the server.
Oh,
so sometimes you'll do that to kind of make sure the stakes are set the same.
Fixing it up, I guess.
I think this is just an observer PC problem of whatever's going on. I think the internet's kind of just dying on that one.
Yeah.
I think the players are having fun. So yeah, I'm gonna just kind of, I guess, stand here. I was gonna say I might go out the door and check up on the players, but I guess there's no real point to that at the end of the day.
Maybe this will give Point Park the opportunity to maybe like communicate with each other, figure out what was happening.
They might be playing too. We don't know.
Maybe. I'm genuinely unsure what's going on right now. This is something very odd. To be honest, I think the best way we could say right now is just hold on tight until something happens. Because right now we don't really know. However, while we wait, let's talk about something else, right?
Yeah. Let's see. We went through the agenda for the week. Do you want to talk about any sort of... Let's do a quote ad for the program right now.
A quote ad?
Not a makeshift ad. In the sense of, give me your testimony. What is the biggest thing you have learned here in this program at Point Park, the esports program, since, I mean, how long has it been? A month and a half? 2 months?
Possibly, I guess so, yeah.
So
it's a surprise. I can't believe it's been that long already. But honestly, I think the biggest thing I've learned about being in this community, being able to just involve myself in a little bit of everything, is that it takes a lot of people to make a production happen.
Yeah.
It is not, you would think that all you really need is like a director and someone just like click buttons every now and then to change. No, it is an entire production. We've got casters, we've got a director, we've got observers, we've got people who run the media, we've got people running the cameras around here. There's so many things that you just have to keep managing, and it's crazy that we have people here that are just talented enough to be able to do that kind of thing, you know?
Yeah, and even just learn, right? People who are willing to learn, right? Obviously, this is not the easiest industry to kind of approach or experience to kind of get. It's not the most common, but, you know, we appreciate people like you who kind of just jump in. They say, hey, we want to have fun. We want to learn. And look where you're at now. You're doing the hardest part of casting, which is filling time you have nothing to fill it with.
Filling time? What are we filling? Because it seems like maybe we might be coming back into a game here. Maybe.
I see it too, but
but
I'm just not gonna say anything about it yet. not gonna curse anything. We're just gonna continue our kind of radio show podcast talk, and hopefully the game does come back eventually. I think this is game 2 still. I don't quite know either.
We'll have to do a little bit of a caster recap here, figuring out what's going on once that finally comes back up. But while that happens, honestly, I think casting so far has definitely taught me so much about these games. Like, I think genuinely, without casting, I probably would have never understood how League of Legends worked.
I think I still don't.
I think being a caster for Rocket League has definitely taught me like what it really means to like have control over a ball.
Yeah.
And then Valorant really showed. It's just like, I mean, I played Valorant, but I've never like played it into the point where you have to like really show that you got ability. Ooh.
Yeah, we get a deeper insight into these games going off your points, and well, when we come back, we tune on in. It feels like we might have the same kind of trends as before. It's still Mary Washington, the only team able to kind of score while on stream officially. 3-2, 20 seconds left, and this is game 2. We did get that confirmed, but what do you do here in these 15 seconds? You got to drop a play off this kickoff, and where is it going? Oh, nice shot off the rip, but that one's just going to go right back down the other end. Nice little bump there, but that might just secure the extra time killed off the clock. Snoozing, what do you got? Nice little shot downfield. Safe with the extra redirect. That one back to the corner. Ball's not dropped yet, and now it has. So Spam, props to you in that final goal in the final 20 seconds, but now it's cooking time. Point Park, they got to cook.
Cooking time.
They got to cook. Otherwise,
they got to cook Spam.
Yep.
They really do.
Yeah, gotta fry
Spam
'em out
has
here.
definitely been playing very very top dog here. They've got to shut Spam down and all the other teammates, because it seems like they just kind of bring that ball, take the ball, and then just go around.
I mean, a very simple logic is they get the ball to Spam. Spam goes forward, always ends up in the right spot, and they score.
Exactly.
That's what it comes down to. And, you know, that is the simplified version, but we always talk about, you know, we have to give props to the teammates because it's a team game, and at the end of the day, Spam is not put in that position unless everyone else is doing their part.
Exactly.
So it may just be that Mary Washington have a bit more defined roles, or just find whatever's working for them is getting Spam up to that front line, or is, I guess, the back line, if you want to call it, that third man that's coming in right off the initial shot.
Jumping in, yeah.
So, I mean, hey, props to them. Things are going their way, and for Point Park, I mean, they've got 3 whole games now to kind of come back from. Otherwise, you know, they're going to fall short in just this one if it would be a 0-3 loss, which, you know, we don't really want to get the brooms out.
Yeah, not just yet.
Not usually.
Not quite yet.
I'll flip it upside down. I'll go for the reverse sweep. That sounds fun. Wooden pole on the floor.
Oh, dear. I hate that. I actually hate that. That sounds terrible. Ew. Oh my goodness.
Keep your lab spaces clean, guys. We don't want to bring out the wooden pole sweep.
The wooden pole to clean up the mess here that Mary Washington's leaving behind. But right now, honestly, I think the biggest thing with Point Park that we need to see is just, I guess, honestly, I have no idea how to explain it. Maybe like better just teamwork in a way, I guess. Because it seems like they get the control over the ball, but however, once they get control over it, it just seems like they're not really able to send it anywhere.
I see where you're going with this. I'm gonna add another word on top of it: trust.
Trust.
I think that the team, right, they're happy, you know, when they get the ball, it looks very nice, and they try and set up a play, but it feels like not everybody is connected with that trust aspect to be like, hey, go downfield, I'm gonna get the ball to you. It doesn't feel like that. It feels like everyone's going for that solo play, and then the ball filters on back, as opposed to, you know, setting up those initial kind of encounters.
That is a beautiful word for that. That is exactly what I'm seeing. That is exactly what I was trying to say. That trust that they need to build for each other, because that is exactly it. They're not like really moving down the field to be able to pass it along, because it seems like all of them don't trust each other enough to be really able to pass it that way. That's exactly what I was thinking. Oh, wow.
I'm seeing something good, and it's A, the gameplay, and B, I think our overlay's fixed as well. So
oh my goodness,
I'm gonna be happy to get in this one. Can we see it? Yes,
we got something beautiful.
And Point Park's up 1-0.
Point Park is up 1-0. It does seem like a good day. I think the issue was, I think the reason why we were struggling so much is because of our overlay not doing so hot.
That's totally
That's
the
exactly
reason.
it.
Yep. Well, and also, Point Park has never been able to score on stream yet today.
Yeah.
So if we start getting into trouble time, it goes OT, it's 1-1. I'm going to have to ask our producer to kind of take them off the screen. They might have anxiety. They haven't been able to score on stream yet, so we'll see what happens.
It's a caster show now.
Yeah, I mean, maybe, hear me out, they need to take it lighter, right? Maybe they're taking it too serious, right? When we're having fun, they're not having the pressure on themselves to kind of perform on stream, and then they work together with their teammates.
Ooh, good save by Snoozing.
Yep.
Thank you.
Imagine the stars are Z's.
Ah, all right, snoozing. It's because I keep wanting to say Snoopy. Yeah, it is that. So actually, it's interesting enough to see. I think that for a while there, it was seeming like Point Park had some great communication. It just kept going straight shots into Mary Washington trying to get it.
Did Spam just try to go for a psycho attempt?
Nice work, Caleb. We're able to weave that ball through.
I'm not gonna lie. I think that play was Spam trying to go for a psycho attempt, which is basically, if you don't know, where they take the ball, they shoot it off their own backboard, they then flip their card upside down, the ball bounces off the bottom of their car, and it flings in the opposite direction towards the net. I'm guessing that's what he was going for, because he just passed the ball to our team because he messed it up. So I'm going to say that's what happened.
Okay, I see. Now this is why we have someone that actually knows what's happening in this game, while I just say stuff. Oh, okay. It's actually really interesting. Seems like maybe...
No boost on anyone. Look at three tanks that were completely empty for that offensive attack. It felt like what we call a dry push.
A dry push. Oh, that makes sense. Yep.
It is a little bit different, right? You know, in a game like Valorant, you use ultimates to kind of force things out, things like that. But now you're kind of just going forward with the intention of resetting. You just want to put yourself in an advantageous kind of passive position to where you're giving them the ball, you're making them reset, burn their boost, and well, here it's not quite working out for them. They're down 2-0 here in game number 3, and no kind of signs of that offense going in the right direction. And although Spam is making this one a doozy, and
unfortunately,
Spam got the credit for that.
What? Let's see the replay on that one.
So technically, it's an own goal then, if that's the case.
Wow.
Oh, Spam didn't even touch it there. Oh no, snoozing a safe into our own net.
Oh jeez, snoozing.
But it's a good thing they're not going to watch that clip back, right? Surely they won't want to review that moment.
Oh my jeez. All right. Well, that's all right. We're still ahead by 1. At this point, I am seeing some sort of change in kind of. Oh.
All right, that's it. Take him off stream. Take him off stream.
So Spam again with these crazy plays. Last one, maybe I wouldn't really consider that as a Spam victory there. However, again, Spam being credited for all of these moments here.
But again, look at the goals that they've scored this game. It was our mistakes, right? Players not getting good enough touches on the ball. And then their second goal was a kickoff where nobody was in that third man position. It was just nobody home. Somebody should be able to take that shot or at least make an attempt at a save, but nothing. Nothing was there. And so Mary Washington have been let right back into this game. You can see, again, that trust a little bit more dissipated. And now you're going to see Point Park players start to play a little bit more defensive. They're going to be scattered. And that's why you're not going to see this offense go maybe as higher levels as we were expecting it to and were previously seeing.
Yeah, that's exactly. That makes sense. Like a ton of sense.
You just got to build the logic, you know?
Yeah. Alrighty. What are we going to see here this time? It's in the air. It is being transitioned over.
I mean, in a way, yeah. Spam kind of received that ball, made sure somebody on their side had the right set of feet on the floor, and then they dealt with that by launching it all the way down the field. Of course, this one set up for Caleb, but Caleb very nicely done. However, Nutty Cave will knock that one aside. 10 seconds left on this board, and I'm starting to worry now. Are we going to get into OT golden goal territory? Spam maybe with a chance to close this one out here. Goes for the fake on the initial touch, still playing with it. Gets an extra one. Where is that follow-up? And a nice little extra touch from Snooze to make sure that Shizo cannot keep this ball going. Instead, we will see OT. If one player has to step up, Kigo, who is it going to be?
Stepping up. I'm honestly seeing this is a big fight against Spam right now. So honestly, I'm thinking we need to see. It's not even like a single person. I think the entirety of Point Park needs to just be on it and be able to communicate and trust each other far better to be able to really move around this anti anything that we have right now.
You just saw that right off the rip, they went for a demo play, right? The demo and the round, and then the shot came through. Players didn't quite get that one off. But again, that trust just a segment and another layer better. And so even as well, then that double commit coming down that center aisle, although, you know, at first glance, it might seem like, oh, it's just a classic double commit, but it's actually them following it up. Somebody's going to get bumped off the ball, and there will be somebody right behind that initial demo to make things keep on going. Unfortunately, again, they're not pushing on through all the way to the end into a goal, but the ideas are really here in this overtime. Point Park completely different here in these moments than even before this one.
Oh my!
And the beautiful save by Shizo, although I believe another player was there as well. Just immaculate chances. And yeah, this is the Point Park team we know.
Yeah.
This is what
we are seeing some genuine teamwork aspect here, going back and forth, getting shots off, just only being saved by miraculous plays here. Ooh, close again.
You know, honestly, even if we end up losing this game, I want them to kind of go through and see these final 2 minutes and be like, yeah, we are that team. Look how good we are doing right now. But that means, hey, if we have it in us, why aren't we seeing that in the first 2 games? Why aren't we seeing it in regulation? So, you know, at least regardless of what the score is, we can always learn from that. But now, if we've learned it quick enough, we can try and take this one all the way home. Shots galore you're seeing in this OT, but still no goals through 2 minutes.
Juggle here. Oh, wow. It's just back and forth. It really just seems like Park is locking in for this overtime. I'm really seeing just play after play going again. I'm going for that goal shot. Seeing here.
Uh-oh. I didn't like that touch, but then again, Shazo maybe not quite in the position to read that one. Caleb, dunk over and out.
What?
Crossbar moment. They added those pings just for those teasing little moments. And now Caleb is going to be tested on the defensive side, at least makes things go their way. But again, Point Park, I mean, they're going to bend, and they haven't broken yet, but they've broken the first 15 minutes of the series. What's to say that they're going to be able to hold on here? They need a goal ASAP in my eyes.
Oh my goodness. It is just keeps going back and forth. I don't really know, like...
Everything makes you nervous now at this point.
It's just like every move that
Wait, are they in a rule 1 in the corner?
What does this mean?
Hold up, I gotta make sure I'm not spewing nonsense here, but Caleb holding on. I mean, are there only 2 players? Yeah, they're in a rule 1 in the corner. Their hoods are completely connected in the front, meaning that it is bad luck if you break it. So it's now a 2v2 game. That's how everyone's treating it right now.
Oh, I see.
See, they're over just kind of locked over in the corner.
Oh, wow.
So 2v2 OT for the series is kind of nuts in my mind.
This is a crazy overtime game. We're seeing... Oh, my goodness.
Everything's fine.
Oh, my hands.
The game's still going.
My hands are up. Oh, my goodness.
And I think now at this point, right, if Point Park do manage to kind of take this game, you have to have all the momentum in your favor, right?
Right.
You've just taken a 9-minute game and you came out on top. You have all that momentum. You can maybe make this do for you and your luck, but you need to secure this one, right? Because if you drop it, the series is over. GG, go next. Mary Washington, though, very happy to kind of draw this one out and make things work for themselves. But again, Point Park want to set up the offense. Safe, what do you have in store for us? Touch to themselves. Caleb, I think, went for a demo, instead got demoed himself, and we're lagging. But I feel like this isn't a good idea. Luckily, they did make it back on the defense. Wait, double commit, safe, empty net. Safe, empty net. Safe,
it's going in. It's going in, and it's in. Safe, getting like another. Oh my goodness, we've got it. Oh, Point Park. Look at that love. Point Park being able to take home game 3. Finally getting his point on the board. Oh.
I've never been excited for an empty net kill.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Point Park. I think they might be finally getting on their feet, being able to start that run. Oh. This next game is really going to see if Point Park, if that was just the adrenaline from the overtime, or if they're going to carry that on to the next game and hopefully be able to keep that going to the next to be able to take it home.
You know how I said if they scored, they would kind of open up the floodgates? And it wasn't a prediction, it was just, we're going for it. But now I'm going to make that prediction. I'm going to say that if Point Park do manage to find the opening goal in this game, they will take it, and they'll tie the scores up at 2-2. That's kind of what I'm going to say based off of the trends, the momentum that we're seeing. But if you let, MWU get right back into this game, it's going to be tough for you to come back and pull off a 9-minute game miracle.
All right. Wow. I can hear the excitement going on right now. That is genuinely just like, I don't blame them. That is a very just nerve-wracking moment in there. That was just watching the ball go back and forth with crazy play.
Imagine being snoozing at that point too. Rule 1, you're in the corner, you're just watching in ball cam, just
just hoping it works out. So explain to me what that really means. What does that mean? Like whenever that happens, where they're just hooding on each other?
Yeah, so I mean, basically, it doesn't happen too often. But when it does, everyone's kind of like, oh, that's a funny thing. Their hood's kind of locked, and if you keep on going forward, you can't move because you're both going forward. So obviously, you could flip out of the way, you could back out, but it's bad luck. You kind of say, oh, well, we got here somehow. It never usually happens. Let's just let it sit there. And I mean, props to them, Mary Washington University, regardless of how this series goes. Thanks for honoring the Rule 1. We do appreciate that. There's also Rule 0, though.
Oh.
Which is 0 seconds on the clock. Don't let the ball hit the ground.
Don't let the ball hit the ground.
Right. You know, I mean, kind of a classic one there. And
Right.
now, granted, if you're up by 1 goal and it's the end of the series, yeah, you kind of want to kill that ball. So you know, that's when Rule 0 goes out of effect. But
Goes out the
Rule 1,
window.
yeah, I mean, definitely that car lock and loaded into this game. Game number 4, Point Park need to keep on going. Otherwise, this monstrosity of a momentum push might just fall a little bit short.
Seems some interesting back and forth here in that middle area. It does seem like Point Park is going to kind of take it slow back and, like, honestly, it's not really just going too far. Oh, little shot there. Going back, getting saved.
Yeah. Caleb, nice follow-up. But again, that's the team we're used to seeing.
Yes.
That's that trust. We're setting up the plays. They're going on through. Nice little demo here. Somebody's going to follow up off of this, but very nice double touch from Nutty there. We'll be able to make sure that Point Park don't have any extra space to deal with.
Ooh, nice little jump over that.
Nice little fake as well.
Yeah.
You saw them kind of bait up Caleb
Right.
in that jump. They kind of messed up the positioning, and now you have to reset here. Snoozen's going for an aggro cut. Nobody's there, but yeah, not exactly in the best position to kind of actually push that ball forward. Just a defensive rotation. Again, a dry push for calling it that to make sure that we can just get that resetting position while still kind of throwing a relevant threat, but not so much over towards the other side.
I'm really seeing, like, this finally after that overtime match, Point Park is really just, I think they finally, like, warmed up. They, like, very close, hitting off the rim there. But yeah, just Point Park really, after like, I think it was like a warm-up match or two, having to get there. Now they're able to, like, really understand each other, I guess. Best way to say.
Hey, I'm not going to question it. I'm just going to be happy with what I'm seeing if I'm Point Park, and I'm going to keep on going.
That's
Safe
it.
danger.
Safe getting in there.
The oxymoron that I finally realized is a thing. Did you realize that? Safe is the opposite of danger?
What's up, danger?
Huh?
What's up, danger?
No, I'm just saying safe and danger. It's like the opposites, and it's
Yeah.
fun. I didn't realize that. And I've seen the name for 2 years.
Oh!
There we go. We got there.
Oh my goodness! I didn't even notice. Oh wow! I didn't click. I didn't have that click on because I thought you were just. I thought you were talking about the thing that you said. I didn't realize
it's actually safe danger.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
That's really good. I like that name. Hold on.
That
That's
just
good.
randomly clicked for me while I was on a walk to Jimmy John's earlier.
Oh.
But hey, Rocket League now instead.
Nice
Nice little
save.
save. Yeah.
Oh my gosh! I haven't had Jimmy John's in a long time. I love Jimmy John's.
Hey, you got to pair it with the Red Bull.
Good save by the save.
Shizo looking over towards this corner. That one 50 away down towards midfield. Nutty to be the one to keep on going, pushing this one forward. Of course, Spam kind of in that third-person spot, waiting for that ball to drop to them before they can send it to the races. However, it will not be okay for them. Not this time. No push, no offense, no goal. Instead, just a bit of a reset moment, and Snoozen actually taking their time. See, this is what we like to see, because now Caleb can go have fun. Safe's been bumped out of position, though, by the team, and actually still ends up in the play for this one. Of course, not exactly going to be the easiest to recover from. Caleb's actually going to go for a touch here and make sure this goes to the back corner. But again, a bit timid now in terms of that defensive side. You still, however, are up 1-0 in this one, looking very, very nicely to secure this one. But what are they going to do to make sure they get past that final line?
Yeah, I'm seeing this maybe a possible mirror here from that first game with Mary Washington getting that initial point, and then just throughout the and then the rest of the time is just like slow burn. Ooh, the nerve-wracking couple shots in our towards our goal here. Thankfully, either a miss or a save by our Point Park team here. 3 seconds left on the clock, and we still are up ahead by 1.
This ball is not giving me any sort of like, what's the opposite of anxiety? Safeness, calm. There's the word.
Yeah.
It's keeping me anxious the whole time, no matter what side
Clarity.
it's on. Yeah, I want some peace of mind. That's not giving it to me. Safe.
Oh.
50 back. That one's gonna go back, but not in. Caleb, no boost though, is gonna do their best to kind of just stay this one, burn out all 3. Oh my gosh, Caleb!
Oh wow!
Ain't the way you just did that.
The way you just rolled underneath all of them.
Woo!
Wow.
You know, those are the moments where you say, okay, was it the flashiest goal? No. But that's something that doesn't show up on the stat card that we need to appreciate. A 1 versus 3 just to maintain the possession with no boost and then kill the ball at the end of the game.
That's it.
Gotta give you applause for that one, Caleb. And now somehow Point Park bringing this one back to a 5th and final game here in the series.
Wow. That is something that did not seem to be like, that did not seem like what was going to happen in that initial round where Mary Washington just getting that initial point and really holding it, with Point Park struggling to really trust each other, being able to play off of each other. And now that, and then the second match, and then finally we had that overtime match, and it seemed like it just finally clicked, you know? It seemed like Point Park clicked in, and now they're going to be showing Mary Washington that they just weren't ready.
Yeah, the slow start to the day, I guess. You know, maybe it was the server, maybe it was the overlay, the superstitions,
yes, the
whatever you want
overlay
to
was
call
the
it.
problem.
Either way, somehow making this one a bit longer, taking it all the way down to the line. I mean, we saw how close this series was from being over. It was, you know, a shot, a missed block away. We were in OT in Game 3, yet here we are now, regulation Game 5, with the series on the line.
Apologies.
How are you tired after seeing this? I'm wide awake.
I've done quite a lot of things today. I was up till like 4 a.m. playing Valorant with D. I've been up a lot. Oh my goodness, very close there, being carried, but thankfully got saved by Snoozy. Safe taking care of that ball, being kind of juggled back and forth in midfield.
I mean, hypothetically, this match goes to OT. I don't know. I don't know how they'd be able to do it. It would just set the whole set of nerves right back to where they were in that first minute of the series. But, you know, keep them confident in regulation. Here, Caleb with a nice little redirect, excuse me. But, yeah, I mean, this one's just set up perfectly for them. And they're saying, oh, yeah, oh, yeah, we take those.
Yeah, it seems like Point Park has really got back into the swing of things, just kind of one after the other, kind of just playing with each other. It's good to see that again. Now Mary Washington is going against Point Park.
I mean, this is the Virginia Wesleyan treatment, if you want to call it that. Going down in the first 2 games, waking up, and coming back for the reverse sweep. I mean,
yeah.
I guess you can hate the team, but you can't hate the play style. Caleb with a nice little reaction there as well. But let's see exactly what happened here.
That was pretty.
My.
That's what it pretty.
Was. Caleb with the underside pass.
Oh, I see.
Lets it go over to Snooze and just sinks it right in.
Very pretty. Very pretty. That's
don't let go of this momentum now. That's all I have to ask. Don't let them come back.
That was two goals that fast within I think the minute. I think Point Park against I think Mary Washington's got to be shivering their boots right now. This is scary for them. They did like, I think right now I can only imagine what's happening in their mind. Like what happened from the last game? What happened in the first game? Why did they struggle so much to get a point? And now this time, whatever we do, nothing. So I'm seeing quite the change here, and I'm very excited to see what's going to happen. Oh,
beautiful. I'm not going to lie.
That was good.
It looked like Nutty had an extra flip there, going for a flip reset off the ceiling, but it looks like they just didn't have the flip. They played it off the backboard. Nutty goes for the bump instead on the Caleb. That one very nicely done, and Spam takes the goal. So again, Mary Washington, of course, not down, but not out here. And they're still capable of doing these very nice plays. They just have to make sure that it's not blow for blow, because Point Park will come out on top since they have the lead. They need to get the advantage at some point. And how do you attack that? I honestly think it's waiting for Point Park to go for a miss.
Right. Honestly,
you can't rely on that, though.
You can't. That's like relying on whether or not, like whenever I was watching the League of Legends game, it was just like, if you're relying on the enemy team to make a mistake to be able to get plays off, then you're relying on something that could genuinely not ever happen.
Right.
Oh, wow.
You know, those are the moments where you take those.
Yeah. I would be happy if that happened to me.
Oh, nice little
tap and
Yep.
straight in.
Spam just not worried about that shooting lane, I guess should have been. I mean, props to Caleb for taking that shot, but I think, again, that's more on Mary Washington. And again, right, at the end of the day, these aren't pro players, right? They're not the highest rank of the game. We're not holding them to the highest standard, but we want them to go consistently. And whichever team does go more consistent and doesn't let that happen,
Oh, that
will be the one out on top.
Oh, again, we don't have to see that. That didn't happen.
Very, very nice team play. They were scoring on the blue goal, right?
Yep. Yeah. If that was orange, that would have been beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
That was very great, like pass to
Now just do
goal.
that on the other side.
Yeah. Just
Hey, you know, if it happens, it happens. You're up by 1 goal here. You got 2 minutes left, and now you just got to hold on. But don't play to not lose, right? You still got to play to win. You might want to expand that lead by 1 because we're seeing how quickly those goals are coming in here left.
They're not
and
able
right.
to relax just yet. All right, we're seeing this a little bit back here.
Safe's in a good spot here.
Yeah.
Most likely, yeah, just going to take it to the corner. Actually bounces off towards midfield. Snoozing just nowhere in the play, though, so they're choosing to go for that reset. Meanwhile, Mary Washington have 2 players full boost in the center lane, and they just decided to go for it, and they got nothing out of it. And then Caleb with a chip shot right over the only defender remaining. I mean, that's pure cinema how this one just goes in. Just a nice little boop, and right over.
Wow, look at Caleb, like really playing through right now. And it's not just Caleb, it's just the assistance of being able to just go back and forth with that ball nowadays. Now that they actually have the trust again, it just seems like,
Okay, you know what?
Okay.
That's why they score the goals, and that's why they give them up.
That's why they score, so they can make those mistakes, you know? Oh my goodness.
So
wow.
I feel like we should at this point kind of just close our eyes and open them when there's 15 seconds left, because it's probably going to be like 11 to 10 somehow, some way.
Yeah, it's like a continuous back and forth. I don't think I've ever seen the points go past like 3.
Oh, I've seen them go past 20, and those are not fun games.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Not here, but somewhere. It's not an ideal vision to go up against. Shizo here, though.
That's ridiculous. How does that even happen?
Well, it's when the teams are maybe a little bit unevenly matched. I'll say it that way.
Wow.
Or the defenses maybe just not having a good day, right? I mean, could be a high-scoring game for both teams here, right? This one, obviously, 7 goals total compared to the 1 goal
nice
for
little.
one. But now you got to secure this one, and Snooze, and unfortunately, just going to have that one taken away from them.
Really pretty shot, unfortunately, hitting on the rim there. Did get really close.
Snoozing just up into the skies. Went for it. Nice try, but
there.
Safe
Might
cut?
be taken over. Did hit that a little bit.
And this is going to lead to Caleb. Now with the pass to midfield, I would assume, no, just not far back enough. The defender beats them to it. And so Spam set up with a nice shot. That one, though, knocked away to the right. Very nicely done, Point Park. But hold on, 30 seconds more. Caleb in the corner, waiting for Safe to kind of make this one go and clear. Caleb not going to be going for that one, but does bump the player off the ball, so very nicely done, making sure that there's not enough advantage for them to really push off of getting to a shooting lane. Snooze it up and forward, and Caleb going to retrieve this one. I'm just going to keep on yapping because this is a high-intense moment. Caleb needs to get this to a teammate or at least kill the ball. 5 seconds left.
5 seconds.
Where's the reset? 3, 2, 1. Where is the attacking shot? It's not going to come through, and Snooze kills the ball. Point Park come all the way back, and they win it. Get the broom, take it out on up upside down, and scrape that wooden pole against the floor.
Oh my God! I thought we were supposed to flip it around if Point Park did it.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
We did. Somehow, some way.
Oh my goodness. I can't believe it. Like, look at them right now. They are very. That's exactly what they. That's a crazy initial game right there, with the first game and the second game going to Mary Washington, with very just not good looking scores for Point Park, and then finally after the overtime, Point Park just sending it home.
Ironically, you could have called that game 2 different series. The first 2 games and the first 5 minutes of regulation, it was completely MWU. They had the win absolutely stomping. But after that, you have Point Park 3 games, and it's all them stomping. So, you know, pretty dang cool to see that one come on through. I believe we are having an interview. Is that what that said?
I believe so.
So we might have to jump to a quick break, and when we return, we'll get an interview going for you. So stay tuned. You might want to have some questions for our lovely friends, so drop them down in chat if you want anything asked, and we will be right back.
Good afternoon. Welcome back to Point Park University's esports game of apologies, Rocket League. We did take it home today. I am very happy about that. That was a 3-2 match, so very close game. Hello, Caleb. So let me let me get this question out of the way. What happened in those first two games?
So okay. This has never happened, and I've been playing since my freshman year, right? And I've played like over like 50 or 60 games of Rocket League, at least in like the regular season. And I've never had something happen in which we would have server issues.
Right.
And so we tried to redo the server where they make the server again. We still had server issues. They were on like 8 ping solid, and we were on like 60, 70, 80 ping unstable.
Whoa.
So that never happens before. So We reset the server, and then we had to redo it again, in which we made it, and then it kind of balanced out to which, they had around 25 ping, we had 25 ping, and then we were able to play from there. So.
Wow. So, hypothetically, would you say that it was the ping?
I don't want to be rude to UMW. They played pretty good. They were pretty good opponents.
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
I'll give them their roses. I mean, they're good. They're great people. They're great people to play against, right?
Right,
and
right.
I think while Ping definitely had an issue in game 1 and especially in the first half of game 2, I think they also had the merit to win that match too. So I'm not mad about that.
That's understandable.
Yeah.
During that overtime, that was a very tense moment, and then suddenly me and Ari noticed that I think Ari described it as a Rule 1.
Yeah.
That occurred. How is that like having to do a 2v2 at that point?
So it probably couldn't have been a better situation because Ian was the one who was stuck in a Rule 1, in which I don't play 2s with Ian very often. Now, don't get me wrong, Ian's a great player. But Safe, I play 2s with all the time. So we were able to just kind of lock in and kind of, pull from that experience and be able to drive that home. Now, did it take us 4 minutes to score a single goal? Yes, but we were also freaking out the entire time. So
Right.
I'm just happy with the result. That's all I'll say.
And honestly, that overtime round was definitely like the moment. It seemed like Point Park really clicked in, and it was like night and day between those first 2 rounds, and then from overtime and onwards.
Yeah.
So, what would you say was like the biggest thing that changed from overtime and on?
I think it was me and Safe by far. I think Ian, by far and away, is the rock of this group. I mean, he comes in, and no matter if he's having a bad day, a good day, he plays consistently good Rocket League, right?
Right.
He's able to hit hard shots, be able to make the tough rotate, the tough cut. And for me and Safe, I mean, we're momentum players, right? If we're not having a good day, if something takes us off our flow, whatever it could be, it's really hard for us to kind of get back into that rhythm. And so then you kind of saw, me and Safe, game 1, game 2, even like the first half of game 3,
it just the momentum was off.
Yeah, and
So-
then once we, be able to start kind of coming back, because I mean, if we didn't have Ian to kind of be that stable rock for us, we would have we would have never even come close to a first.
It seemed like very much like after you got that momentum, you really were able to kick it into gear, and it was just a straight shot from there. So you were talking about it a little bit. That final match, game 5, it seemed like your Point Park was just in it, just beautiful plays, getting into the goal, and then just a couple losses. How are you feeling there with that final game? That's literally match point.
So the final game, I kind of have mixed feelings, because obviously I felt like I really stepped up in my offensive capabilities, but on defense I just let stuff go that should never happen.
Right.
I'm pretty sure Safe and Ian feel the same way. I mean, we really started to click on offense and we felt great, but we were talking to Coach Chris shortly after the game, and he had a quote where, we work so hard to score, incredible goals, and then we just give up absolute stinkers. Just like,
yeah,
I can't agree more. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm happy that we got the reverse sweep. I'm happy that I actually picked up my play in game 5, but I mean, there's obviously a long road to the regular season. We got to get ready for playoffs, and we just got to get better. So.
Yeah, honestly, these past few Rocket League games have been quite tense. I think in every one of them we've had like an overtime moment, very close.
Yeah.
So just what do you think from these 3 matches that we've played so far? What do you want to just take from all of those into the next game?
So what I've kind of been telling my teammates is, especially from last semester where we went 6-1, won the playoffs pretty handily. We can't use that as something as a benchmark, because
right.
That is very hard to happen where we absolutely just kind of beat the teams,
dominate,
right. So we're in a hard division. Obviously, our beautiful teammate Chisco left. Miss you, Chisco. And so it's unfair to have a benchmark for ourselves like that, right? We're not just going to have 3-0 sweeps where we beat them by a plus minus of 8 goals, right? That's just not going to happen anymore. So I keep telling them, hey, listen, we're going to have close series. We're going to have series where we go down. We're going to have series where it's going to be a bit uncomfortable, And I feel like, honestly, these past few weeks, as tough as it has been, I think it's really showed that, you know, we're a resilient group.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I think it really shows that we're resilient. And that, you know, don't get me wrong, right? Rocket League is nowhere near as long as League or PAL. But, you know, when it comes to, you know, going for those long series, you know, we're able to kind of keep in there, and we actually get better as the series goes on.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Like, there's a lot of time that you guys still have to be able to really grow your teamwork in, and just be able to overall basically say that we have gotten better together, you know, because like like as you said, who was it again that left?
Chisco.
Chisco. So no longer here. Had to get someone to fill in that spot, and now you have to learn how to play with this new player, new players. And now that you're finally slowly getting better at that, it's definitely showing.
Yeah, I mean, it's also tough too, because I mean, I give major props to Ian, Tommy, our sub as well, and Safe, because all three of them, they're all dual athletes, right? They don't just play esports; they're also soccer athletes. And Tommy, he's a track and field athlete on top of that too. So I mean, it's hard for us to get practice times down, and the fact that they're still able to play practice, still able to put time into the game outside of practice, right?
Right.
And still able to show up on game days and perform that the way they do. I mean, I can't be prouder. So.
Yeah. Well, that's all I have for you. Thank you so much, Caleb. That was a wonderful game. Again, every time we watch this, it's like really nerve-wracking. And thankfully, we took it home this time.
I'm trying to work on it.
Yeah, thank you for taking it home this time. Just to close things out, thank you to the sponsors, Red Bull for sponsoring us. Thank you so much. Extron and RPC Video for giving us this equipment that you are watching us use right now for these quality productions. Thank you so much. And with that, I would like to say goodbye. And next week, we will have something new for you again. So thank you so much for coming. I am Kago, and this is Caleb.
Yep, that's me. I didn't know you were going to say my name.
I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and good night. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.